dorsal, plantar, lateral and medial. Now how to identify the site of given navicular bone? So the proximal surface is having concave articular facet, whereas distal surface is having 3 triangular articular facets. The medial surface is having a bony projection, that is navicular tuberosity. Dorsal surface is almost flat and rough, and the plantar surface is having a notch. So with this we can identify the given navicular bone as of right side or left side. So this is right navicular bone I have. Similarly, this is left navicular bone. So just see, this is medial surface, proximal surface, lateral surface, and along the plantar surface there is a groove. So this is left navicular bone and this is right navicular bone. Now let's just see the bony features. So as I mentioned, it is having 6 surfaces. First is the proximal surface. It is having a deep concave single articular facet, and that will articulate with the corresponding articular facet along the head of the talus, like this. Now distally, it is having, along the distal surface, it is having 3 triangular articular facets, and this will articulate with corresponding articular facets along the cuneiform bones. So if we see the cuneiform bones and if we try to connect these 3 together, like this, they will get connected. Now just see the 3 articular facets formed by fusion of or joining of 3 cuneiform. Now over here will be the distal articular facet of the navicular bone will join like this, and this will form intertarsal joint, which will be the plain synovial variety. So the same thing you can see in articulated foot. So this is talus and here is the navicular bone. So the proximal surface will articulate with head of the talus, see this. Whereas distally you can see there is articulation between navicular bone and cuneiform, medial, intermediate and lateral. Now laterally there will be a small oval articular facet for the cuboid, whereas along the medial side or medial surface, as we have discussed, there is a bony projection. Now this is termed as tuberosity of the navicular bone or navicular tuberosity. This will receive principal insertion of tendon of tibialis posterior. So the same thing you can see over here. This is left navicular bone and this is right. So along the medial surface is showing navicular tuberosity for the attachment of tendon of tibialis posterior. Now dorsal surfaces are flat and rough and they are receiving attachment of dorsal ligaments, whereas along the plantar surface you will find a groove which is lodged by tendon of tibialis posterior, and remaining plantar surface will receive attachment of spring ligament. So if we connect talus and navicular bone like this, and if we connect the calcaneus from below, like this, so the triangular gap which remains between navicular bone and calcaneus, over here lies the spring ligament or plantar calcaneonavicular ligament, like this, and it will support head of the talus from below. So together these 3 will form talocalcaneonavicular joint, which is ball and socket variety of synovial joint. So here lies the spring ligament. So this is how all around articulation of the navicular bone will take place. So similar thing we can revise in articulated foot. So this is navicular bone. Proximally there is head of the talus, distally there are 3 cuneiform, laterally it connects with the cuboid, medially there is tendon of tibialis posterior along the navicular tuberosity. Dorsal surface is receiving dorsal ligaments, whereas along the plantar surface the groove lodges tendon of tibialis posterior and remaining plantar surface will receive attachment of spring ligament. So this is regarding navicular bone. Hope you have understood.